old video games already have a lot of mishaps, mistakes, and just really annoying stuff. But with my over-exaggerations, I take it to the most funny and extremeness as possible. I make long conversations. Actually, not that long. Okay, I'm cutting to the chase. My name's Chief Buns, and I'm here at Geek Studios / my room. Never mind, my master room. Okay. I'm done coughing because my throat hurts, and I think I'm gonna totally ruin this video with that. But never mind then. So this is Pokemon Sapphire, and today I'm going to be talking about probably the most annoying move in the history of moves. It is called sleep. No. It's not a move. It's just an effect where you go to sleep. You hate it when your Pokemon goes to sleep, guys. You really do. You have to switch to more evolved Pokemon. And then yeah. And you're trying to train up your weak Pokemon. And then you switch to a more evolved one and just have to kill it. Your weak Pokemon doesn't get any XP. Actually, maybe because it's sleeping. But we're going to talk more about that later. The physics behind it all. And the idiot game developers who couldn't take a little extra time to think stuff through. I'm looking at you, game developers. Yeah, you. Alright, so let's look at the moves that actually can put you to sleep. We have Sleep Powder, Yawn, and Sing are the ones that I'm going to be talking about. Let's start with Yawn. Yawn's a more interesting move because you use it. It has a chance of putting yours and the opposing Pokemon to sleep. The opposing Pokemon is more likely to go to sleep. So how to deflect this move? Actually, no, I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. Yawn takes a move. So say you use Yawn, the opposing opponent uses something like Growl. And then the next turn they go to sleep because Growl doesn't do anything to it. One of those moves that like Growl or Howl or any of those moves that just higher your stats or lower the opposing Pokemon stats, not damage, except for the stat HP. Those moves will probably give you a 99.999999999.998 chance of falling asleep because you're not very active. You just growled, which makes your throat scratchy and then makes you fall asleep. But if you use moves like Tackle or Quick Attack, the ones where you get close and personal and actually touch the Pokemon and it has to do damage, you're a lot more likely to actually succeed and not fall asleep by Yawn. Also, if you use moves like Water Gun, Mud Shot, or Ember, or like Flamethrower and crap like that, the ones where it makes it so you don't touch them, but you still do damage, those moves will give you like in the middle. They might make you fall asleep. It's 50-50. Okay, so that's Yawn for you. Yep. So just don't use stuff that's like Growl. And if it's possible, use a more physical move. Get close and personal. Use one of those moves and not the Flamethrower and whatnot. But if it's super annoying and you only know Tackle, and then you know something like, Ultimate Fire Blast, that'll kill them for sure. You know that move. Everybody has it. Or Water Blast or whatever starter you get. That works too, because, hey, still a possibility, and it makes it easier for you in life. So that's Yawn. Sing basically pulls up a bunch of music notes and makes the opposing Pokemon go to sleep. But if you use stuff like Pulsey and Pikachu, one of those electric wild Pokemon, like super fast and just crazy, they're a lot less likely to fall asleep because, you know, they're wild. But even if they do fall asleep, they have a more chance of waking up. So if you're going to go against something that you know has a move that can make you fall asleep, choose your hyper Pokemon on your team. Even if it's a little Charmander, he still has a more chance of not falling asleep than Snorlax or something. So when it comes to Pokemon asleep stuffs, then, you know, just block it. Fun fact, if you're in a double battle and you are using Pulsey and Minun, then it is impossible for either Pulsey or Minun to fall asleep by the opposing Pokemon. That's actually kind of cool because I use that. I have Pulsey and Minun on my team right now, and I did a twin battle against, like, what's its name now? Shroomish. And it used sleep powder on me, but it wouldn't let it go to sleep. Okay. Now on to sleep powder. That's it. The little green dust that you're seeing being used on poor Lionly by Oddish. I have a video about Oddish and Shroomish by themselves, and I think you already guessed it, knowing what kind of dumb Pokemon they are with your little powders and crap. Do some actual damage. Don't make it an annoying battle. Alright, so yeah, sleep powder just pretty much same concept for those dumb idiotic Pokemon that are like Shroomish and Oddish. It's the sing for them. Yeah, so that's all the moves. Now on to what it does. You guys know what it does. It puts you to sleep, and then you have to move to a stronger Pokemon or a weaker Pokemon, depends on if you're using a strong Pokemon, that one goes to sleep. But most likely not, because most strong Pokemon are big and bulky. Big and bulky makes them go to sleep easier. So you're most likely switching to a weak Pokemon, or you're training a weak Pokemon, and get this, it goes to sleep, you try kick, punch, tackle, vital throw, arm hit, kick in your knee, make the other Pokemon pee its pants move. Yeah, we're looking at you, Football League, especially you, Patriots. I mean, ha 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 ha, ha ha ha. Don't you just love criticizing football teams? I was about to say Pokemon teams. I do like criticizing Pokemon teams as well. We're looking at you, Team Skull. Yeah, keeping a nice eye on you. The dumbest Pokemon team. And it's in Sun and Moon, too. Alright, back on subject. So, that's sleep. And then, get this. Forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. You're trying to get it up. You just can't. Except if you have Pulsey or Minun or Pikachu. Crazy electric type Pokemon that are just silly and cute most of the time. Poor Trubbish. No one would call him cute. Dong. Okay, so yeah, unless you're using those guys and they'll wake up immediately, go ahead, use a quick attack with Pulsey. They'll wake up real easy. So, yeah. And then you have to switch to a stronger Pokemon, which is annoying because then they get half the XP that you were trying to give to the weak Pokemon. Oh, it's so annoying. I really hate that. So yeah, that's pretty much what it does to you. Now, sleep, the affection sleep, you have to get out of the tall grass that you're training with, or like go to a whole different route if you're trying to move on. Go to the nearest city and heal up the dumb Pokemon. Okay, so this part is trippy. You walk into the Poke Center, you give your Pokemon to the lady, she heals them up, you go in, and they're not asleep. Why aren't they asleep anymore? Okay, so this is my theory. This is where the theory comes in. Okay, so most hospitals, when they're trying to heal you from something, they actually encourage putting you to sleep. Okay, that sounded wrong. They actually encourage you being asleep at the moment so you're not distracting. So my idea is when all those Pokemon go into that time-consuming tray of spinningness, Nurse Joy, the most terrified person to Pokemon, actually, does something terrible. So, my theory is that Nurse Joy is a speedster and a trick master. She slips your Pokeballs into the little conveyor belt of death and waste timeness. She takes your real Pokeballs, brings them to the back. Now, here's where the nurse thing comes in. Put the patient to sleep so it's not always being wild and complaining. She doesn't. She wakes it up. And this is what goes on in like the real anime and stuff. They don't just put the Pokeball in. They bring them back to the room where they get healed. Like in the first episode, it took forever for Ash's Pikachu to be healed. So, Nurse Joy is a speedster in the games because that's the only thing I could come up with. So what she does is she does the opposite. She wakes them up and uses the most terrifying procedures on them to get them healed. And you know how when you get your Pokemon, you see that beautiful full green bar? It's because every time you go to a Poke Center, it toughens up your Pokemon a little because of the having to deal with the evil nurse. I actually did an experiment where I fought a couple things with all the same Pokemon, with all the same moves, with all the same levels, and I had just non-stop healed like one of the Pokemon, and that Pokemon did actually a little better than the rest. Am I making sense? If you bring it to the Poke Center a bunch, then it makes it tougher. So you get actually behind a little if you're one of those trainers who's always in the fields and just uses revives and potions when you're leveling up. Don't do that because that actually, well, yeah, it actually makes your Pokemon not tougher in battle and it makes them go to sleep easier, which this video is about. So, Nurse Joy wakes up all the Pokemon and makes them tougher. She's so nice to you, she's not nice to the Pokemon. And that's what happens behind the scenes of Nurse Joy and her evil ways of the move sleep. I think she gets annoyed with the move sleep as well, because of Clefairy and Chansey. Because those Pokemon do know sleep, and that's why they're not her partner Pokemon in most of the games, because they encourage putting the Pokemon to sleep when they're healing it. So that's pretty much the end of this video. I hope you learned a little bit more about how to avoid the annoying move sleep, and altogether just learn more about it. Please go watch the next video, which at the moment would be the annoying Pokemon things. So that's pretty much it. I hope you all had an awesome day. Please subscribe if you want more. We will see you all later. Goodbye, mortals.